Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Org Podcast. I am Connor, and I am joined by my girlfriend Mackenzi and my best friend Christopher. And we are here to talk about the new consoles. Obviously, there's going to be a new Xbox announced probably in April, especially since the new PS4 was announced. But we're going to mainly talk about that, talk about how it can be successful and everything like that, what we like about PS3, what can do better, everything like that. So, Chris, what did you like and not like about the PS4, and what do you think about the PS3, and what do you think they need to do with the PS4?
The things I did not like about the PS3 were its lack of features to communicate with friends with, and the controller mainly. Because for me, I don't play games if I'm not talking to friends or I'm not playing with friends. So it doesn't matter if I'm playing a single player game or a multiplayer game. I'm usually going to be in a party with at least 3 other people. Because I just like having, even if I'm not talking or not contributing, I like having people I know talking around me. So for the PS3, when I try and go on and talk to friends, I can't communicate with friends outside of an actual outside game chat. The only outside form of communication is the text chat, which is really horrible if you're trying to play a game at the same time. And the other thing was, like I said, the controller. The PS3 controller, it's horrible. I know some people might have grown up with the PS2 controller and the PS2 and loved it, and they might think it's perfect, but I didn't have that. I have pretty big hands. When I try and hold the PS3 controller in my hand, the DualShock 3, it feels like it's going to break. The triggers are uncomfortable, the concave sticks make me feel like I'm going to just have my thumb slip off every time I move them, and I just overall don't like that.
Yeah, Chris has gorilla hands, so...
Yeah.
Okay, anything else?
Not much specifically about what I didn't like about the PS3. Those were my only 2 big gripes. Oh, one other thing. Updates on the PS3 take forever.
Yes.
It takes so long. Cut that down.
Yeah, exactly.
Cut that down.
Mackenzie, what do you think about it?
Well, I don't know. I agree with Chris with the communication thing, because even though I don't really talk to many people online, like, I really don't want to be talking to people that I don't know and then having them hear all my business, and it's just like there are a lot of annoying people in either whether it's on Xbox or it's on PlayStation, but like, and then like with the updates thing, but like other than that, I grew up playing PlayStation, but I'm not really a big fan of it like I used to be.
Yeah, and with me, I didn't like the communication aspect at all. Having just the game chat, not private chat like Xbox does. To me, like Xbox is far superior in the communication field, and also the updates needs to have way more frequent updates that aren't that many megabytes or anything like the Xbox does. Especially, they need to make it easier, which I know they did, because they said that at the PS4 conference about DLCs, like Skyrim DLCs. They've like literally just recently got like Hearthfire, and that's just crazy because Xbox had that like forever ago, and to me that's just I can't understand why they would do that and not make it like user friendly at all. They need to focus on that. And I know like their main thing was for single players, but hopefully they fix that for PS4. Even though I know a lot of people love playing single player, but they do need to fix some communication problems. And with that, for me, for the PS4 to be like very successful, I'm gonna have to say that they need a really low, not a really low, but a low starting price, because PS3 starting price is like $500 or what, 500, 600, something like that.
Yeah, 400 for the 40 gigabyte, and then 600 for the 60, I think.
That's way too much.
I would never pay that.
Yeah, I don't know who would be. I don't know who was able to like pay for that besides like major people, but that came out in '06, I believe. PS3 and 360, and in 360 was like $200 maybe cheaper to begin with. I don't know. It was probably way more cheaper than that, but the thing with the Xbox was you had to buy wireless adapter, you had to buy a hard drive, you had to buy more control. Like you had to buy a lot more stuff for the Xbox, but in the Xbox it had more problems. Like it had problems reading games. The Red Ring of Death. I remember when that was like very popular, and you had reptiles around it.
Popular?
Well, it kept happening to a lot of people. The Red Ring of Death.
It was frequent.
Very frequent, yes. And also had like fan problems, but they fixed that in the new smaller one. But Chris, what do you think they need to do for the PS4 to make it better?
The PS4?
Yeah, what do they need? What do they need to do for the PS4 to make it better than Xbox, to beat Xbox in the US?
Like I said before, fix the controller, which it appears like they did. The updates, that's definitely a big thing, and the communication. If they get those things down, I mean, seeing the graphics they showed at the Sony conference with like infamous Second Son, I saw that, I thought it was a cutscene, but no, that's actually in-game graphics engine. I believe it's Unreal 4. I could be wrong about that.
Yeah, I mean, if PS4 is running Unreal 4, that's just amazing, because I saw the demo they had for that last E3, and the demo for that was just awesome for Unreal Engine 4. So if it's able to run that, I just really hope Xbox can, which I know Xbox will be able to, but PS4 needs to also come out like before the new Xbox, and like I said, low price point. And the storage on it will probably have to be high, because I know like a lot of people are now downloading games digitally and everything, so it's going to need like a big hard drive. And I know there's going to be multiple choices for it, and they need, like I said, bigger hard drives and everything like that would probably be a must. And also like bigger array of digital games, which I know PS4 said they are going to do that, like streaming games now. That's really amazing. Also that share button, that's something they're doing for the communication. But what do you think PS4 needs to do, Mackenzi, to beat Xbox?
I think that it needs to come out with the DLC quicker, because I feel like that if PlayStation takes longer, that more people are going to, well, depending on which comes out first, either they're going to be more likely to buy the Xbox or switch over to the Xbox, because it's like frustrating when, like, because I've had people tell me like, well, you have the Xbox, right? And I'll say yeah, and they'll say, oh, so you already got the DLC for like Call of Duty or whatever, and I'm like, oh yeah, and they're like, oh, well, it's not coming out for a long time, so it's like I feel like they're gonna lose a lot just because they're not getting the DLC out fast enough. So that's what I think that they need to maybe speed that up a little bit.
Yeah, that's something they really need to speed up. And just like, also PS3, the exclusives they had on that, I mean, they were good, like Uncharted, God of War, those were good. Just I feel like they weren't as good as they could be. I know Infamous and everything like that was amazing, but the Xbox had a lot of exclusives that came out. Even if they weren't that good, the fact that they had exclusives, and also like exclusive DLCs, like not just Xbox will get it first just because it was easier to put on, but actual DLCs that they got separate that PS3 would never ever get. That's something that I see become like a war in between the consoles now, like to get more DLC for each other. That's probably what I think is going to happen. And past that, with PS4, they just really need to get that price down. I think we all agree on that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, and that's because that's just crazy. And let's see, and like I played PlayStation like all my life. Like my very first well, my very first console was a Nintendo, but past that, like when I got to like the new generation, it was like PS1, and I played a lot of that, a lot of Spyro and all of that. Spyro was amazing, but I mean they need a lot more of that. But past that, what do you guys think that Xbox needs to do to stay on top? Like, what do you think, Chris?
I think they need to, well, honestly, they need to do less than PlayStation because they already got pretty the monopoly on the America. I think if anything, they need to stop focusing on peripherals so much. Stop trying to force the Kinect down. I mean, if they have a working version of the Kinect, the newer one they're working out, and it actually can be easily used to be integrated into games, and okay. But if it's not something that can be used in most games actually as a functional working thing, then we need to just throw that out. Focus more on the core gamers because that's who you want to. That's who's going to be playing most of your games. The kind of people that just buy Xboxes for Kinect and stuff like that are the ones that are more likely to spend 99 cents on Angry Birds or Mafia Wars or something like that than to go buy Xbox exclusives and give Microsoft the money that they're looking for.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. What do you think, Mackenzie?
I think I really don't know what to do, like, for them to do, like, internally, like, what to fix, but I think that they should come out with colors.
What different colors, like with iPod Nano type stuff? Like,
yeah, and, like, the controllers, they should make them, like, well, obviously, they should make them a color that goes with the Xbox, but, like, I have Chrome ones, or, like, they have, like, Gaming Mods is a website that they have a lot of you can design your own controller. Like, I feel like, obviously not, like, extravagant controllers, but I think that, like, places like GameStop or whatever should sell controllers that have some type of design on it. Like, for girls, they could have, like, zebra print or something like that, and then, like, they should make, like, camouflage ones, like, I don't really know what other designs, but just to I think Xbox should make it a little more personable without having to pay as much to get it, like, go onto online and design your own, and you're going to have to pay more, and then to get it shipped and everything. So I think the Xbox they should make their consoles and everything just a little more personable.
Yeah, to be able to customize and actually make it look better too.
Yeah.
It's not that very good of looking console, even the slim one. But that's not what a console's about. I know it's about software, and
it's also about looking pretty.
Can be, but I don't think that's what it'll come down to. But with software, I mean, I heard from a lot of people that the PS3 actually had better graphic capabilities because because of the software it had in it than Xbox. Like when the first Assassin's Creed came out, there was a lot of videos on YouTube about the differences between Assassin's Creed on PS3 and on Xbox. Like people would have that dual video going on to see which one looks better. And I think that was only because Assassin's Creed could be played in 1080p on the PS3 at the time, and on Xbox it couldn't. I might be wrong on that, but to me they look very similar. But I don't know past that. But graphics to me isn't that important in video games. It's more about the content. But do you think that graphics is that important, Chris, or no?
No, to me, I mean, you have to have a certain standard level of graphics. I think there should be a certain bar, but I mean it's not that you would expect games to to at least be above.
Yeah.
But the main concept, I mean, the point is to have good game mechanics or a good story or whatever the focal point of your game is about. You wanna get that to the best it can be instead of worrying about graphics, because you can take if a game has amazing mechanics, it can look horrible.
Yeah.
And I'll still play it because it was well designed.
Yeah, I mean, like take Prototype for example. That thing that game had like PS2 graphics, but like I loved it. Like the very first one, I loved it because it was open world and the mechanics on it was like great. I mean, because I think it was made by the people that made Hulk Ultimate Destruction.
I think that, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's true too.
Yeah, and that was a great game too. So like they had like the charge jump and everything in that it was awesome. It was very good made, very good made, very well made, and it was to me that's just good. And but what do you think, Mackenzie, about graphics?
I don't really. They're not really that important to me.
You don't think about graphics?
Not really, like, sometimes, like, honestly, like, people will be like, oh, this game system has, or, like, whatever, the game, I don't know, but, like, they'll say, oh, has amazing graphics, and, like, I'll look at it and I'll just be like, you think that's amazing? And it's not like I'm being stuck up, it's just I don't see, like, I think it...
You don't see what they're talking about?
Yeah, like, and I'm not saying that it's really not great, it's just, to me, I'm not really that into graphics, so I'm just like...
You'd rather just play.
Yeah.
But like with that, and to me they also need to like make more better games, better launch titles. Let's go with that. Better launch titles for like the PS for any of the consoles really. Like better launch titles. I know Watch Dogs is probably going to come out at the same time like the new consoles, but that also scares me because launch titles have been known to be kind of bad, and I do not want Watch Dogs to be bad. Because it looks like it's a really good game. And what?
I said I don't really think that with at least from what we've seen from the PS4 launch titles that we have that much to be worried about because what they have I'd say Infamous games were very well put together. Watch Dogs looks very well put together. Looks very very intricate, very detailed. And from seeing what I saw of it, I would assume that the developers would be capable enough to make sure it wasn't a horrible game. What was the other one? That was a Killzone. I mean, Killzone's like what the biggest? I think it's PS3's biggest shooter, right?
It should be.
Yeah, so I don't think I have much to worry about that when it comes to launch titles. I would more worry about the fact that they're going to be on PS3 and PS4.
Yeah.
Because I figure if you see, it's like, oh, I can get Watch Dogs for PS4. Oh wait, I can get it for PS3, so I'm just gonna get it for PS3 instead of buying a brand new PS4.
Yeah, like PlayStation ran into that trouble when they made the PS3 because there were still games coming out for PS2.
That's dumb.
Yeah, like it was kind of dumb. Like it actually wasn't kind of. It was really dumb because that was telling people. Oh, well, you don't need to trade up yet.
And plus, their games weren't they cheaper than for the PS2?
Yeah, games were actually cheaper for the PS2. And that's also something like I saw, like new games might go up $10 now, $10 more, which to me that's ridiculous because it's already, I mean, with tax like at GameStop, I think it's like $64.19.
No,
that's with tax.
And you would know the exact price.
Oh, I used to go to GameStop all the time to buy games. I'm sorry.
Call of Duty was more than that.
No, it wasn't. Call of Duty was $64.99. Well, I bought 2 copies, so. But still, just the prices need to go down, especially if it goes to digital, because you do not need that publisher money then. So then, it's just the developers that need the money. So that to me, that's like if it's digital, it does not need to be that much. It needs to be like lower than the actual physical copy.
What's digital?
Digital, like on the marketplace, just
on
the Xbox, you just download it directly, no disc. It's okay.
Yeah, I think that's why PC game prices are so low, because you go on Steam, since people can just upload stuff, you see a lot more games for like $10, $15, up that range. You don't see many $60 releases on Steam, and even when you do see them, they usually go down, or you get a good Steam sale on them.
Yeah, that's something like Steam has a major advantage, because like to me, since, well, not to me, well, with the digital aspect, I know consoles are trying to get back like at Steam, but I don't think they're going to be able to beat Steam with these consoles, because Steam's even coming without their own console, the Steam Box, and that thing is probably going to be a big hit too. That's probably something that's going to affect like the Xbox and the PS4. I don't know if it's going to affect it that much, because it's their first console, I believe. But past that, Steam has
What?
a very good.
It's a console for the TV?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So like, I don't know how that's going to turn out, but I'm very willing to see how I really want to see how it's going to turn out. Because
I can't wait.
yeah, go ahead. Okay.
Steam box.
You can't wait for the Steam box?
Until they, yeah, because I mean, I think that if people actually start picking it up, it'll toss Xbox and PS3 out the water potentially. Because I don't know about you, but like I got like when I started actually playing stuff on Steam, I would go and I'd be like, let's see, oh look, there's this game that's like, oh, I can get four copies of this for $10. Okay, I think I'll get. Oh look, I can get this really amazing game for $3. I can get this and that, and like before I got like with $60 I got I think 7 different games. I think.
Where's he
Let's see
going?
what. Terraria. I got like a 4-pack of Terraria, 4-pack of Sanctum, Bastion. I got so many different games. It was such a good value for my money that if Steam came in a console form, had a controller, I could just stick that in my TV. I would go exclusively over to Steam.
Jesus.
Oh, really? Oh, really?
It's never gonna get old.
That's what she said.
But yeah, like, and I know you don't have that much money. I'm not saying because it's the color of your skin. I'm just saying you don't have that much money. What? But still,
That was racist.
that wasn't racist. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Chris is like the whitest guy ever. So.
No, he doesn't laugh like that.
Yeah, he does.
I don't.
No, you don't. No, he doesn't.
Yeah, but well, back to games. But like.
But I'm lit.
But what was your guys' like favorite current game that came out? Chris, what was yours?
My favorite current game, Dragon's Dogma.
Dragon's Dogma.
So much better than any. Well, I guess it's a single player game.
Yeah.
It's so much. I think it's so much better than Skyrim.
Yeah. To me, I thought it was too, because especially about the combat. But that game like could so easily have been multiplayer.
Oh my goodness, it blows my mind. Cause I think they said they were gonna do multiplayer initially,
Oh my goodness.
but it was the most perfect system you could have set up. If I could just hop on over and keep.
He sounds like he's gonna cry.
He probably is gonna cry.
I'm not gonna cry. It just boggles my mind.
Boggles?
Boggles
Bottles my mind.
How much money they could have made. Because let me tell you, I play a lot of Dragon's Dogma. I'd still be playing a lot of Dragon's Dogma if it had multiplayer.
Yeah.
Because especially if you could get like those hybrid classes that the pawns couldn't do. Because in Dragon's Dogma there are like 9 classes, and you have these AI controlled squad members around you that can be different classes, but there are 3 that only the player can do. If you had multiplayer and you could have other people in your party be those same classes, that'd be amazing. Imagine having a magic archer firing off magical flares and ice shots and stuff like that, or alongside having a mystic knight just jumping in the air and charging towards people, flinging bolts of energy at them with his sword. Like, to me, that's...
Mind-boggling.
Chris has dreams about this stuff, okay?
It's kind of an obsession.
Capcom lost out on a lot of money because they did not do that.
Yeah, big time. What was your favorite game, Mackenzi?
What is my favorite game? Or
What was your favorite game on Xbox? Or what is?
When? Call of Duty.
Which one?
Well, right now, Black Ops 2.
Why?
Why not? It's just my favorite game.
A lot of people don't like Call of Duty.
Well, I don't know.
You got nothing
Like
to say
Chris?
to that? Yeah, Chris doesn't like it because Chris doesn't like it because he sucks at it.
No, I don't. I don't know. It's just so hectic. I much prefer battle. I like team-based shooters better. Give me some Battlefield 3.
Oh my gosh.
Nothing like put that M249 down that hallway in Operation Metro. Just watching people come up and firing 200 bullets down that hallway, watching them fall to the ground.
Oh yeah.
Suppression assists. That's gaming to me. Those moments when you get all your squad. Okay, I'm random. I think I interrupted you, Mackenzi. Go on with what you were saying.
It's okay. But
No, it's okay.
were you done or?
Yeah. I mean, I guess. I just love it.
Yeah, we've been playing a lot of that lately. Got Prestige 7. Woohoo! The highest I've ever been on
Too much
Call of
time.
Duty. Yeah. But like mine probably was.
Pretty sure no one asked you what yours was.
I think I asked myself actually.
Not out loud.
Connor, what was your favorite game on the Xbox or PS3?
You're lame. You have no one to ask. You have no one that would ask you that.
I know, it's because you guys aren't saying anything. But let's go with favorites. Let's Far Cry 3 probably. That game was like really good, and just everything about it was amazing. I mean, not really much to say about it because a lot was already said about it. But other than that, really good. Need more titles like that. But okay, like I'm curious. What was your guys' favorite? What was your guys' first game you played? Chris automatically goes first. I didn't even have to ask him.
Well, it's just a cycle.
Okay, well.
First game ever I played. I think that was Sega Genesis collection for the Sega Dreamcast. It was a collection of a bunch of Sega Genesis games. It had Vector Man, had Sonic the Hedgehog, Golden Axe. No, it's not Golden Axe, but Altered Beast. I'm pretty sure Golden Axe was not on there. And those they had some other stuff, but those were and Crazy Taxi. No, that was not Genesis. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting confused. I know, but the three I know for sure on there was Altered Beast, Sonic the Hedgehog, and Vector Man. And those were pretty much all I played all the time.
Yeah.
Especially Sonic the Hedgehog.
Well, of course, because you're like in love with that.
Every Sonic the Hedgehog game, pre-Sonic Heroes is amazing. Besides Sonic Spinball and Sonic 3D Blast, those can go die.
Yeah. Well, it's not Spinball. Spinball is awesome.
I hate pinball games.
Well, that's because you're stupid. But Mackenzie, what was your first game you played?
Pokemon.
Pokemon? Game Boy?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the first. I mean, that's the earliest I can remember.
What about with console? What was your first console game?
I don't know. Which came out? Which came out first? Spyro or Crash Bandicoot?
I think Spyro came out first.
Then that's what it was.
Spyro? Oh, they need making like more Spyros too.
Yes.
That could be like good titles, Spyros.
But Chris has never played, so.
Yeah, because Chris isn't cool. He doesn't know anything about Spyro.
You need dragons when you have Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, man. That's what it's at.
No,
That's where it's at?
That's definitely not where it's at. I mean, let's face it. A hedgehog or a dragon?
Ow.
Sorry. Definitely a dragon.
A tiny purple dragon that rides skate.
He's not tiny, let me tell you.
That's what she said. But anyways, Spyro was very great games and all that. But really, do you guys have anything else you guys want to talk about?
What was yours?
I'm trying to think of something. You have anything?
No, what was your favorite game?
Oh, my favorite? Oh, yeah. Well, no one asked me, so going by your logic. But my favorite game probably. No, my first game, not favorite. My first game was Wolfenstein 3D for PC, but it's not console. But for console, It was.
Oh my!
Oh wow, Chris
Oh,
decided to
one second.
switch his Skype call to video. All we saw was his eye. That was kind of weird. My first console game. Okay, let's try to get this out. My first console
That's what she
game.
said.
My first console game was Contra. Contra was my very first console game because my very first console was a Nintendo, and I loved it, especially with Super Mario Bros. World 3. It was awesome, and like I highly doubt Nintendo's going to come out with a new console this year.
No.
They shouldn't. At E3, they're probably not going to announce that. They're probably just going to talk about new stuff with the Wii U, because they haven't really done anything with Wii U. It dropped them down in prices a lot. It didn't really do well.
It's because it has like no launch titles.
Yeah, that's what everyone was talking about. Like, no launch titles. I mean, it had an okay Mario game, but that's because Mario games came out recently before that one. So everyone was like kind of, yeah. Like one came out like almost like 2 months before that one. So like people were like almost done with Mario, then another one came out and they were like, why? But the Wii U wasn't that good because it just finally got HD really late to the party on that. So I don't know what Nintendo's going to do, but I highly doubt they're going to come up with a new console. So they're going to be blown out. But they used to rule the gaming world, but they let the ball drop on that one big time. But with that, I think we are done. This has been the Org Podcast. This is Connor.
Mackenzi.
And
Chris.
and this is us signing off. Your speakers today was Connor and Mackenzi and Christopher. And make sure you go and follow our Twitter at @theorjoinsyou and also check out our website, orjoinsyou.weebly.com. Thank you very much.